Oh, but my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana, no. He didn't walk up with that, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't without you and forever in a minute. That's on my night. And Papa says he got Milo in him. He got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I left him. Got me feeling like ooh. And then I had to tell him I had to go. Oh na 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 na.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Today I would like to present about our group project, which is balloon carrier. Okay. This is our group members, which is have 5 members, and this our project looks like. Okay. I will introduce the organization chart, which is me, Muhammad Nur Azhari bin Nur Azri as the project manager, Muhammad Azmil Asraf bin Hadri as my assistant manager, Ahmad Haris bin Mukhlis as my financial manager, Muhammad Firdaus bin Rosli as the social manager, and Muhammad Nur Farihin bin Nur Azman as my analysis manager. Okay. The meaning of shock is the impact on an object caused by the energy delivered to it by a force. This wave of energy can cause injury or damage to the affected individuals or objects. So, we design an object carrier that can absorb the impact of a balloon to make sure that the balloon will not burst when we drop it from 10-meter height of building.
Thank you Azhari for the explanation earlier. So now I proceed to our experiment. So our experiment is divided into 3 tests. First test, second test, and also the third test. Alright, so at the first test, our result is successfully the balloon is not being burst. So yes, then we go to the test 2. Right. So at the test 2, the result also is positive. Although the balloon is coming out from the carrier, but still the balloon does not burst. Then we just proceed to test 3. And test 3, when we drop down the water balloon carrier, it drops perfectly to the surface, and then the balloon in the carrier didn't burst, and we succeed for the first, second, and also the third test. Right, so it will go to the victory for our group. Right. Then here is our materials that being used in our water balloon carrier. First, we need a bunch of newspaper. Secondly, we need a box. We cut the box into the desired shape that we want. So the plastic bottles to withstand or sustain the impact of the water balloon carrier, and the tape to ensure that the carrier is perfectly shaped and perfectly being complete. Alright. Next. Next, this experiment, we need a balloon, of course, as our subject of the experiment. Then we need water to fill up inside the balloon, and also fill up inside our container to sustain the impact. Next, we need the cooking oil bottles as the carrier, as the base carrier. And lastly, we need a hot glue gun so that they will stick on very perfectly. Alright, for the experiment video, I will show it on the video.
Okay, thank you, Ahmad Aris, for the previous presentation. As a conclusion, we can conclude that plastic crumpled newspaper and box that we use to make the balloon carrier can be categorized as shock absorber material. And second, when subjected to a load impact by shock, it exhibits characteristic of an elastic solid by returning to its original shape after force are removed. Okay, and then we recommend when throw the balloon carrier, the angle must be perpendicular to the floor and compress the balloon with more plastic and newspaper to less the impact between the balloons with the surface of floor when it reach the ground. And lastly, since we add the water inside the container to sustain the impact, we must get the container tightly so that the water did not spill out from the container. Thank you. This is our group.